So in 1987, Chinmoy started a project called the Chinmoy Oneness-Home Peace Run. I was only 12 at the time, but yeah, still it was a very exciting vision that a torch would cover the world and we'd go running with it. I think at the time I certainly didn't realise, because I was only 12, what it would develop into. But even at that age, yeah, I could definitely feel that it was something significant that was beginning. And ever since the very first peace run, yeah, I've always been involved. Sometimes it was only be a couple of days. Through teenage years, I would take my exam leave in May, because that's when I had exam leave, and I would go and join the peace run and study in the van. And then, yeah, later when I got older, I would go longer stretches, yeah, on the team. Yeah, I guess I've been on quite a lot of countries now with the peace run, and for me each one is slightly different. The first time I guess I went and spent a long time was in America, and I was only 21 the first time I went for 4 months, so quite young. And it was the first time I'd been away from home a long time, so it was definitely a big adventure. But I actually really loved just running through the desert. In America we have to run bigger distances, so my body did feel it a little bit, but each time it felt like it was becoming a real struggle. You find the capacity within you when you remember why you're doing it. It's really an incredible feeling to start in New York, 4 months later arrive back in New York, and knowing that you've travelled on foot through each state, and the number of people that you meet on the way carrying the torch, knowing that it's held hands from tiny children all the way up to to the older generations. You can feel that within their heart each of them has the same wish that the world can be extremely peaceful, and each of us can live our lives within peace in our communities, but that can filter up to a larger scale as well. So when we're on the peace run, we do a lot of schools visits. So most of our days midweek, if school's in session, then yeah, a lot of our day will be spent visiting schools. And yeah, very much Chinmoy's belief was that should be a really big focus of the run, because that's our future generation. So if they can grow up with more peace and harmony and love between themselves, then that will definitely help the future generations to come. And we've seen it actually. Last year in Switzerland, we met a mayor, and we had been at his school when he was a child. So already, yeah, there's generations now that it is coming. Yeah, for me, taking part in the peace run is definitely one of the most important parts of my spiritual life. Yeah, I get so much from it, and to me it always feels like a two-way thing when we're on the peace run. Is we're carrying this torch to humanity with the hope of inspiring them to become more peaceful, and carrying Chinmoy's message with us, and that itself just always feels like a huge honour. Being given this blessing, it feels like, to be able to explore the world in this way. And at the same time, whenever I finish, I always feel like I grow so much myself. Yeah, when I'm part of a team, you always have to be conscious about being your best person, I feel, so that we can work in harmony as a team. Always not having to put yourself first and think of the bigger group. But for me, being out in the desert or up in the mountains, and some days we wouldn't see very many people because we were so remote, but for me that was the time where I felt I became a lot more peaceful, and then I could be a better peace runner when we came to meet the next people. So for me, I guess everything in life should be a balance, both inner and outer, quiet time, fun time. I definitely feel like we live that every single day, every week. The longer we're out there on the peace run, yeah, all of those elements of life come together.